Hello everyone to Learning Academy Foundation from Mr. Andrea. Today I would like to show you the English program for grade 3. So, the first section it will be about spelling, where the students will find out how to spot the 5 vowels in an alphabet full of consonants. They will learn how compound words are formed when two or more separate words are joined together. They will find out how to identify and distinguish a range of common homophones and use them correctly when writing. They will explore the uses of their, and their. They will discover how to spot and spell words with silent letters or unstressed vowels. They will see the shan sound at the end of a word can be spelled in different ways, so they will find out about words ending in tion, chan, sion, and sion. And then continues with they will find out about words like chef and machine, where sound is spelled with the letters ch. And about words where the I sound is spelled with the letter Y. And about words like country and cuisine, where the the who sound, is spelled with the letters OU. And then we find out about some words that have a silent letter C, about different spellings of the sure and tourist, sure and tur sound at the end of the words. And finally, they will be ready for a Learning Academy Foundation spelling quiz, where they will have a go and see if they can get a top score. After spelling, the next section will be about prefixes and suffixes, where the students will learn how to use a range of prefixes to form and spell words. And to change the meaning of words, and to form the past and present tense. They will find out what happens when they add the suffix "ation" to the end of a word. And when they add the suffix "us" to the end of a word. And then after prefix and suffixes, the next section will be about punctuation, where the students will explore how to use different punctuation marks in writing. They will find out how commas can be used between statements to make a sentence easier to read. They will learn how to use apostrophes correctly from contraction and possession. And they will find out how to use an apostrophe to show that one thing belongs to another. And how inverted commas are used to show when someone is speaking. After punctuation, the next section will be about grammar, where the students will learn what verbs are, and how they can use them in their writing. They will see that pronouns take place of nouns in a sentence. For example, examples are him, her, and them. They will find out what adjectives are and how they are used in their writing. They will see that an adverb tells them how something happens, like quickly and slowly. And they will see when the subject of a sentence isn't active, the verb is passive. So if they want to make a sentence active, the subject of the sentence should be doing something. And then the section of grammar continues with the modal verbs. So the students will find out how modal verbs can be used in their writing. They will see that a preposition is a word that tells them where or when something is in relation to something else, like after, before, or on. They will learn how to write sentences that include the word and the word because. So they will practice using conjunctions and, but, for, all, while, until, before, after, because in order to extend sentences. And finally, they will they will see that expanded noun phrases tell them more about the noun, so the reader will have more information. After the section of the grammar, the next section will be about sentences. So the students will discover some tips for writing clear and neat sentences. They will learn how they can use statement sentences to tell their reader a fact or idea about a topic. After sentences, the next section will be about dictionaries, where the students see that we can use a dictionary to find out the meaning or spelling of a word. And if they want to say or write something differently, a thesaurus provides alternative words with a similar meaning. After dictionaries, the next section will be about comprehension, where the students we uh, we see what makes a fact different from an opinion and how can they tell the difference. And they will see that inference is when they read between the lines and look for clues in a story. They will explore how to show understanding of a text by reading and answering questions for comprehension. And finally, they will find out how to share their thoughts and feelings about a book and give reasons for their opinions. The next section after comprehension will be about creative writing, where the students will learn how to join letters neatly using long letter and curly caterpillar letters. They will find out why most stories consist of a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay, so also they will find out some useful tips to help them plan their story. They will find out about what a setting is and how they can use them in their stories, and about some of different questions about some of different questions how authors think about when they are inventing new characters. They will explore how the writing can have different purposes depending on the subject or what they want to communicate. Continue creative writing. They students will Find out how they should think about the language they use when writing for different audiences, and how changing the context can affect their stories. And then they will discover how sound words, onomatopoeia, is used in a comic strip. They will learn how to identify genders used in writing and choose the most appropriate gender for texts. And at the end, we will celebrate the World Book Day. After creative writing, the next section will be about language. The students will find out how to break down words into sounds that are easier to recognize, and what alliteration is, and how they can use it to make the writing more exciting, and how they can use metaphors and similes to bring their writing to life. They will also discover onomatopoeia. The onomatopoeia when a word sounds like what it means. Students will find out how to use, find out how having human feelings and actions to objects or ideas is called personification. They will learn how to deal with unfamiliar words and extend their vocabulary. And finally, they will find out how to use standard and non-standard English appropriately when speaking or writing. After language, the next section will be about speaking and listening, where the students will learn about the basics of speaking. They will find out what a conversation is and how to make sure it works two ways. And finally, they will find out what a debate is and how to present and evaluate facts and opinions when debating. After speaking and listening, the next section will be about non-fiction, where the students will find out about different types of fiction and non-fiction texts, and how to retell an important event or describe an experience they have had to others. They will explore the different tools newspapers use to tell us about the world, and they will answer questions like what are the features of adverts and brochures, or how can they find out the differences. Students, you'll see the instructions manuals tells the reader how to complete a specific task, so they will find out how they are written. They will learn how to recognize the features of explanation texts and use them in their own writing. They will understand the techniques used in persuasive writing. And finally, they will find out how to write instructions effectively using imperative verbs. After nonfiction, the next section will be about fiction, where the students will find out how an author decides what to write about in a story. They will see that fairy stories start with the words once upon a time, but what comes next? They will find out how scary stories frighten the reader through suspense and shocks. They will see at the end that the science fiction stories are usually set in the future and in a world different from ours. After fiction, the next section will be about poems, where the students we see that nonsense poems don't always make sense. They often use made-up words mixed up with real words. they will see that free verse poems don't follow the rules. So they will find out how to write them, then try making up their own, and how to work out the rhyme scheme of a poem. They will see that a riddle is a type of puzzle. Usually they are witty and have double meanings. The students will also find out about narrative poems, a type of poem that tells a story, and how to write uh, acrostic poems where the first letter of each line spells a word. And they will learn about the use of rhyming words and rhyming schemes in poetry, and also how to show understanding of a poem by learning parts of by heart. After poems, the next section will be about plays, where the students will learn about different types of plays, including role play and performing confidently. And some they will say some stories are written for people to perform. So when they write for a performance, this is called a script. That's all about the English program for grade 3. Below you can see my contacts. I invite you to contact me for private lessons, online or site, whether you are, depends on where you are or where you live, where you want to have the lesson. Thank you, student. Thank you so much, students and parents. See you next. Bye.